Welcome to a special edition of Cliff Notes with none other than Father Clifford. Welcome, Father, to St. Andrew's and to Bandra.
Yes.
I'm sure it has been like several weeks since you've been at St. Andrew's. So what is that you miss most about Mulund and St. Pius?
One of the things that I really miss about Mulund is definitely the people there around. They were very loving, especially, after Mass, that's like a tradition that has been there in the parish where, people come and they take your blessings, like, the children, the youth. Another thing I miss about the parish is definitely the people around, the youth, the children, the senior citizens. It was lovely talking to them. One of the things I miss the most is eating bel puri and shev puri, because in Mulund it's like a Gujarati population. Yes. So wherever you go, you have a lot of joints. But I must say that Bandra itself has made me feel that I'm in Mulund. It's been 1 month now that I've completed, and the people here also are very loving. I've seen that, the moment I stand outside Mass and, just wait for people to greet them and say, have a nice day, they come forward, and then I get a chance to bless them.
So if you had bhel puri and a lot of veg in Mulund, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of potato chops over here in Bandra.
My gosh, you don't talk about it, Reena. I'm having so many. I've already been warned. Don't become a potato.
So what was your first impression when you came to Bandra, to St. Andrew's Church?
Right from the time that I was told that I've been appointed in St. Andrew's Church, Bandra, I was very excited because I knew I'm coming to a very heritage church, a lot of history behind. Also, I have a lot of families and cousins around, so they were very happy, and they immediately called me up and said, "Arey, wow, you're coming to St. Andrews, and we are very happy and excited that you're coming. Some kind of a young blood around, and also bringing back memories. My granny used to stay at Mount Carmel Church, Bandra, so coming and visiting her, and also hanging around in Bandra. I finished my college from St. Andrews in the year 2007. So, having a lot of time pass around, bunking college and coming to bandstand and sitting with someone. But it's good. They're all married now, so I'm happy about it. So that's what Bandra brings about, a lot of memories. And I'm very happy to be here in this parish.
Tell us something more about your childhood.
Childhood, yeah. As a child, I was a very quiet child. Okay, so be it at home, in school, and till today, my family can't believe that this fellow was so quiet and now he's talking so much that we have to tell him bus is enough now. So that kind of thing. But I think my whole family background, be it my mom, my dad, my brother. So I'm the youngest in the family, and nothing to do like, my mom and dad had preference for me, or I was petted the most, nothing that way. But we were just the same, my brother and I. And we grew up as a very close-knit family, a very spiritual, prayerful family, but a fun-loving family. So if my mom had some very good food to prepare for me, my dad was a singer. So he was part of a band called the Followers. So, every Saturday and Sundays after Mass, we would come back and put on the music and we would sing together. So a lot of music around, singing, dancing. And my dad was also compere. So, as a young child, he would take us around, and, he always encouraged me and my brother to, help people. So my brother went into the sound line. So he is a sound technician, and I went into singing along with my dad and comparing. So, we had a lot of exposure as a young child. But one of the things that always inspired me was like, I want to become someone who can bring God to others. That was always my vision and goal as a young child.
So, since you were young, did you want to always become a priest? What was your calling like, your vocation to priesthood? What was that experience like?
Yes, I always wanted to be a priest. Right from my childhood, I think my parents always encouraged me. I don't think they ever told me that no, you study, you go become a doctor, become a engineer, you work, and then you get married and all. Now, I think right from my childhood there was a lot of motivation and encouragement, and I've seen today as a priest also. If it was not the encouragement of my parents, I don't think I would have been a priest today, because they would have told me, okay, you go and do something else that you are called for. But they always encouraged me to go to church, join the altar server, join the choir, join the youth group, become an SSC animator. It's just because of the encouragement. They saw in me that I was very passionate, very enthusiastic as a young child, and I hope I continue even now as a priest. And that's how the whole call and vocation grew as a young child, yeah.
And I also heard that you had worked before joining the seminary.
Yes.
So, how did that work experience enrich the vocation?
Yes, soon after graduation, I went to my parish priest, to Father Joachim, and I told him, Father Joachim, I want to join the seminary. And he said, Arey, what do you want to join? You work for 1 year. I said, I'll get someone and then finish, no more joining the priesthood. But I must say that working for 1 year, I worked for Blue Dart, that's at Andheri East. I worked in the customer service. And I must tell you, Trina, that I don't know how I got that job. A little history about that job. I still remember going there for that interview. I passed my first interview. I passed my second interview. And I was going to be selected to start working. And there was this Catholic manager who was, they asked a lot of details. What do you want to become in life? And I said, I want to become a Roman Catholic priest. Why you want to become? Because I want to bring people closer to Jesus. And so this person was shocked. So they asked me, Arey, you're only 20 years of age and you're talking about becoming a priest. So they asked me that, Arey, but you can get married and marriage is more fun. But I said, no, becoming a priest is more fun. I said, what I can do, others can't do. And I said, I believe that even if I work for Blue Dart, I can still bring people closer to God. So I remember this manager, when he called me for my final interview, and when he took my interview, he never asked me anything about the company. He just asked me, share your vocation story. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful to him. His name is Balfour Manuel. He's from Holy Trinity Parish, Powai. And he was really the key person who saw in me the seed of vocation. And he said, he only said this one line, that if you join the seminary, I want you to join from Blue Dart. And for me, that was the sign that God really wanted me to be a priest. Until today, he keeps in touch. And I keep thanking him and saying, thank you for allowing me to work for 1 year. Because, it was a different kind of experience. Non-Catholic friends, people who are getting married, people who are already into married life. And they saw in me that no matter how they try to convince me that, why you want to become a priest, I had strong points of why you should be a priest. So so it was a good conversation, and I'm still in touch with so many of them, and they're so happy that, that this young boy who persevered for so long has finally become a priest.
So now that you're at St. Andrew's, what are the cells and associations that you will be leading?
So, I almost have the same as the same in Mulund.
Oh, really?
So I have the youth, the Andean youth movement, the altar servers, then I have the Hope and Life. I also have the sodalities, so the Konkani and the Marathi sodality, then the choirs, lectors, Sunday school, confirmation, and a few communities which I'm still trying to memorize the names. So forgive me if I don't remember the names. But yeah, so that's part of my ministry, and it's good. I told Father Clarence and all the fathers that I'm there for the parish. So anytime any group needs any help, I'm there. So that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. And what goals do you have for St. Andrew's? What do you want to achieve at St. Andrew's?
I think one of the things that I want to achieve is to bring people closer to God. I think I realize that's such a great value which every single person needs in life. It's like I believe that if we have God in our life, you have like an extra strength. It's like an extra recharge battery that you always have with you. Whatever you do, be it whether you are a professional, whether you are a child, you're a youth, you're a senior citizen. If you have God in your life, every problem that comes, you will face with a joy. And that's one of the things that I always want to see this parish grow. So we grow together in love, we grow together in a joyful spirit, and we grow together in coming closer to God.
Oh, that's very nice. Recently, you have introduced Jesus Cafe
Yes.
in the AYM, the Andrian Youth Movement. So, what exactly is this initiative, and does it involve food?
Yeah. This all started in Mulund, where we began with the youth mass. So every fourth Sundays, we would have the youth mass in the evening. And then once all of a sudden, we were just talking with the youth, and they said, Father, let's have something like a get together. And I was just reflecting about it one day while playing, going out somewhere, roaming. And suddenly I saw some cafe, some name of a cafe. And I said, why not add Jesus Cafe to it? And I remember starting it all in Mulund. And so we would finish Mass, and after Mass, we would sit outside church. And we would put chairs and, put a little like kind of a disco lights, a speaker, a little music, youth-friendly music. And we would just begin a very casual conversation, inviting others also to join. So it was not just for youth, but inviting others also to come, to sit. And then we had a little piece of cake or a cold drink or coffee. And the whole initiative was to talk about something relevant, to talk about like today's topic. For example, today youth have a lot of topics related to, be it regarding the faith, regarding church, regarding their personal life, relationships, anything. And so it's like an open dialogue. There's nothing like if Trina said something and it's over. No. Trina speaks, someone else speaks, Father Clifford speaks. Everyone speaks together. And finally, I used to conclude the whole session. And then we don't only just end with little snacks or whatever, but when you play games, the players come together, be it football or cricket, and they come in a huddle. So I've started something called as a huddle prayer. So after every Jesus Cafe, after having the snacks, we come together and we hold on shoulder to shoulder, and we all come together and we just make spontaneous prayers of what we want to thank God for. And I realized this in Mulund was beautiful because so many of them started opening up and thanking God for simple things like for bringing us here together, for the gift of life, for our careers, for our parents, for our jobs, our talents. And I already experienced here in St.AndrewChurchBandra that when we already had a youth mass, we had a little Jesus Cafe. And soon after that, we had this prayer. And I'm telling you, Tina, it was so wonderful that the youth in St. Andrews just picked up what I wanted to initiate. And I hope we continue, and we have many more youth coming, just to be part of not only the Jesus Cafe, but also to come for the youth mass, because it's fun. It's not just about coming there for mass and sitting, but it's more about meeting friends, interacting, and talking about something that we all like.
Oh, that's very nice. We'll have a different segment right now. I'm sure some of you all are familiar with the rapid fire round. So, Father, are you ready for the rapid fire round?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Rank the following sports based on your preference: cricket, football, hockey.
Football, cricket, hockey.
Okay, wow. Your favorite saint?
St. John Paul II.
Reason?
Reason is because I just loved it when he traveled, and the joy and the closeness that he had with people. So therefore he is like even though he's a recent saint, but he was already my saint as a pope.
Okay. Your favorite musical artist or band?
Elvis Presley and Engelbert.
Your favorite place for a retreat?
I would say Khandala or Lonavala.
Favorite superhero?
Superhero would be Tom Jones.
Okay. Any last message or special message for the parishioners of St. Andrew?
My last message for them would be happy, spread the joy, and let's come together.
Awesome. So here we had Father Clifford sharing his most personal thoughts with us. So until next time, see you on Cliff Notes.